Now you understand about law of attraction, don't you? And now you're understanding a bit about your disc, choosing your thought, your relationship with who you are, yes? You have a sense of momentum. So you're understanding momentum of thought. So now you understand all of the elements to become a deliberate creator of your own experience. We're eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. Don't worry about us. We will wedge our message in the crack. It is our expectation that together we will discover new nuggets of refinement and new methods of application. And most of all, new heartfelt, from your standpoint, reason for more deliberate focus. We know that you want to be the deliberate creator of your experience. We know that for the most part you aren't the deliberate creator of your experience. That you are doing more creating by default, by habit of thought, by old belief, by old pipes, than you really mean to. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. It's a habit of thought. It's a thought that has enough momentum that things are actualizing around it, and that's why you believe it. We just want you to know that you can choose your beliefs, and therefore you can choose what actualizes around them. You also will discover that you don't need to try to talk anybody else out of their beliefs, because in that effort, you talk yourself into them. Because you live in a universe of attraction, and there's no exclusion. So when you say, I don't want to think about that, you're thinking about that thing you don't want to think about. And if you think about that thing that you're not wanting to think about for 17 seconds, then another thing like it that you're not wanting to think about joins it. And then another, until that thing you're not wanting to think about has hold of you. It feels like it's thinking you. It isn't. You're thinking it. What do you want to talk about? Oh, it's going to be a really good day. Yeah. So we're eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. We're going to be visiting about the momentum of your experience. Every subject is two subjects. On one end of this stick is what you want, and on the other end of it is the absence of the very same thing. So every subject is really two subjects, wanted and absence of it. So when you give your attention to something, whether it's something wanted or the absence of something wanted, when you give your attention to it and you maintain your attention for as little as 17 seconds, another thought like it will join it. And that's that thought momentum that we want you to focus upon. Hold that thought for another 17 seconds and another thought like it joins it, and another 17 seconds, another thought. And by the time you cross the 68-second mark, 17 seconds, you've got 17 seconds to decide the momentum of a thought. And if during that 17 seconds you stay with it and another thought joins it, now that thought has more power. And once you cross that 68-second mark, you've got enough momentum going that it will be likely that you will follow through with the momentum of that thought into some sort of manifestation. So we just want to call your attention to that, because when you begin to recognize how powerful your thoughts are, it makes you want to flow them with a little bit more precision. This is going to be a conversation of true fine-tuning. We don't want you to freak out about the thoughts that you're thinking. We see you cancel, trying to suck them back. Esther said to someone the other day, I have something to tell you and I only have 17 seconds to do it in. She was very fast in her conversation. But we want you to realize that you have the capacity to choose a high-flying disc. Your probability of finding it is first thing in the morning, before other things have become active that make it more difficult. So let's say that you're disappointed in something. Doesn't matter how it came about. Maybe somebody told you something, maybe you observed something, but you're feeling disappointed about it. And as you begin to feel that disappointment, you've got 17 seconds to head it off. Esther said to a friend the other day, There's something I need to tell you, and I've only got 17 seconds to do it in. So listen up. You've been saying to us for a while something that sounds a little bit like, Abraham, I've jumped out of an airplane. I have no parachute. What do you think I should do now? And we say, hang on, it'll be over in a little bit. Because there's a momentum that is underway that there is not a likely action that you're going to find that's going to change the direction of your free fall. So a similar thing happens when you get this thought momentum going. So let's say that you have this thought, and with this thought comes this feeling, but you're not queued up, you're not determined yet, you're not really wanting yet to maintain control of your thought. And so you just let the thought unfold. And as it does, you add more to it. Law of attraction actually adds more to it. You begin to remember other things like it. And now you're off and running. And now you've crossed the 68-second point, and so it seems logical to you that you should call someone to discuss this with them. And you know exactly who to call, don't you? You know who to call. So you call that person who lets you vent and who often has insightful, equal things to say in return. So now you've really got good momentum going on this unwanted thing. We just want to point out to you that that's what carving that pathway is. Been telling the story of some pipes in Texas that help a pond function. Some pipes draw water out into a filter, and then other pipes allow the water to go back in. It's the filtering process for this pond. The pond got all cloudy because some of the pipes were clogged. And we say they were clogged from neglect. So we want to say to you that you've got some clogged pipes about things that you want because you don't think about the things you want. And you've got some open pipes about things you don't want because you give it a lot of attention. So we're suggesting that you let the pipes that lead where you don't want to go just clog up from neglect while you open the pipes to things you do want with your thought. Don't you like the picture of that? The other day, Esther was visiting with a friend, and they had such a synergy going, so much good momentum going. The words that they were saying, it felt so good. Energy was running all through Esther's body, and it occurred to her, this feeling of this energy running, by the time there's enough momentum going, it was way more than 68 seconds. It was a minute or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or 15 or 20. It had been many minutes of staying in this high-flying good feeling. And it occurred to Esther, can you imagine what we are doing with those pipes? If it feels like this in our body, where's this energy going? It's going outward into the universe. It's opening pathways. It's opening pathways between where I stand and where I want to be. Pathways that law of attraction will cause rendezvous all day, every day. So, expansion is happening. Your own expansion is happening. Not for expansion of the universe are we delighted about your willingness to understand this, but for the deliberateness of capturing your own moment by moment joyous experience. It's supposed to feel good to you. You're supposed to vacillate between something that's really fun and something that's interesting, something that's fascinating, something that calls you. In other words, not one of you said, I'll go forth and I'll be the one who suffers. I'll go forth and I'll stir it up and I will deliberately hold myself in vibrational resistance to my own expansion. And so I'll have a lot of struggle and a lot of pain and a lot of grief. And when others look at me, they'll feel better about their lives. None of you said that. What you said was, I'll go forth and I'll come to new awarenesses and I'll feel the vibrational difference in the newness, but I'll find a way to focus until I make it my own vibration. And when I do, then manifestation will come as demonstration, as actualization, as manifestation of the thought that I've been holding. But it's not just the manifestations that are your indicator. It's not just those vivid demonstrations that we want you to focus on. It's the emotion in the moment, because the emotion in the moment is literally letting you know what pathway you're on. And the way you feel lets you know how you're going to feel when you get there. So, do you get the idea of this vibrational reality? So as we've been telling you the story of the vibrational reality, we have been calling it the vortex, the vibrational reality, the vortex of creation. Wrote a whole book about it. And we wanted to get your attention that as you expand, that we stand in your vortex, maintaining the frequency of what you've been asking for. But today we want to remind you that every thought you think is causing a vibrational version to be created. In other words, you've got vibrational versions of wanted and unwanted. There is a momentum to your thought. A momentum to your thought that causes the pipelines to be open. Pretty simple concept, isn't it? I'm going to open the pathways to things I want by talking about them in a way that feels good to me when I speak about them. And I'm going to let those pipelines that are leading to things I don't want just close up from neglect. And it is our promise to you that through those pipelines, through those vibrational pipelines, will come all manner of things to surprise and delight you. First thing that comes is emotion. Emotion is the first manifestation. We want to call emotion a manifestation. What could be realer than that feeling of love, or that feeling of appreciation, or that feeling of passion, or that feeling of worthiness or eagerness or clarity? What could be a more tactile, visceral demonstration or manifestation than the emotion that is rippling through your body? Are you willing to call it a manifestation? We don't care. We're calling it a manifestation. Emotion is the first manifestation that lets you know the direction of your thought. And it won't show up immediately. You have to be sensitive to it. In other words, if you wait until the momentum's really going before you recognize it, now it's harder to stop. Imagine being in San Francisco, your car's perched on the top of the hill. And just to demonstrate to yourself what momentum is, you bump it a little from behind. And then you come to your senses because you realize what's going to happen because you're smart. And you step right out in front of the car and it bumps up against you and nothing happens. You stop the momentum before it gets started. But what if you were waiting at the bottom of the hill for that car? You have a different feeling about momentum at the bottom of the hill, don't you? So we're suggesting that the sooner you catch the momentum of a thought, so that you know if it's a thought that you want to perpetuate or cease, whether you want to turn the other cheek. Jesus had a really good idea. Whether you want to give your attention to it and therefore perpetuate it, or whether you want to withdraw your attention from it and cease your vibrational and subsequently manifestational relationship with it. Clear, isn't it? It's so clear. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. There is nothing that is off limits. You're going to notice about us that we are not going to eagerly pursue a discussion on things that may be opening pathways or keeping pathways open or adding momentum to unwanted things. While we do understand that step one is an important part of the equation, we'll hear you briefly, but we really would like this gathering to be for you about feeling the momentum of open pipes toward what you want. We would really like this gathering to be a resetting of your vibrational button. We would like you to leave this gathering at a different vibrational frequency than you began with here today. And we are excited about not only how it feels while that's happening, but what comes next and what comes next and what comes next and what comes next. Because there is a certain momentum that will demonstrate itself to you, which will return you, our favorite part, to your understanding of your worthiness, to your understanding of your value. Because there is nothing that makes you feel more worthy than to sift and to decide, and then to deliberately align and know that you have, and to feel the satisfaction of that alignment in the moment and moment and moment and moment, and then to